This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk. Sitting in for Angel Tussey, Gary Barnes, super renowned, internationally famous business coach. Thanks for being here.
I'll pay you later.
Very nice to have you. Hey, folks, in your business, are you as efficient and effective as you need to be? Our next guest is Matt Procter, and he is, for the last 17 years, he's made it his personal corporate mission to help organizations ideally align every aspect of their operation to achieve remarkable impact and efficiency. He's the president of Improve Group, and he's worked with world-class teams in the private, institutional, military sectors and achieves maximum potential. Matt Procter, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thanks, guys. It's good to be here.
It is nice to have you, Matt. Let's start with this. Over at Improve Group, it is your mission to spread something called a radical alignment. What you talking about, Willis? What is that?
Oh man, well, I don't know. We have found that people, whether they work for themselves, they manage a small team, or they run an entire company, college, or university, we are all playing like a big game of whack-a-mole. Like everybody remembers whack-a-mole, right?
Sure.
The mole pops up, you hit that one, and then another one pops up, and you literally never win because the moles always pop up. Well, that's what we do. We kind of run around and we just fight fires and we solve problems, and as soon as we solve one, another one pops up. And so we just spend a bunch of our time living the never-ending whack-a-mole game. So radical alignment is this process that our company sort of discovered accidentally that helps you not play whack-a-mole the same way. Part of the reason that we fight all of these different fires is that it's very hard to understand all the relationships between all the attributes of our companies. Our space, our processes, our culture, our workflow, technology, they're all connected, but we tend to try to solve individual problems. We solve a tech problem or a space problem or a process problem. Radical alignment real simply just says, if you really understand what success looks like, if it is not just like what you do, but why you do it, and you know what your company at its potential is, and you look at all the attributes together, or you look at all the moles together, and you explicitly align them toward that definition of success, you get exponentially better results, and you spend less time whacking moles.
That sounds good.
Matt, this is Gary, and this really, really sounds neat. So, on a practical basis, how can someone apply this principle in their businesses to get this, exponential result that you're sharing?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Gary. So I would say we've seen this work in the smallest of cases, like, for instance, in designing a brand new conference room, all the way up to the largest of instances, like we work with a university that's transforming their academic library to a student success center, which is a completely different business model, a completely different potential. So this works across all of that. I would say in a business setting, let's just take the conference room example. Radical alignment is only 3 steps. Super simple. Step 1 is you have to have the right definition of success. So let's apply that to a conference room. Most people would say success for a conference room is just to have a conference table that are with comfortable chairs and technology that actually works. Radical alignment says there's actually a much deeper set of potential for that conference room. The real potential is to help grow your business, maybe to become more efficient, maybe to sell more things to clients. There's always something beyond the conference room. So step 1 in radical alignment is to know what that is, to not be satisfied with just having a cool conference room. In our business, we have what we call the Idea Lab. The Idea Lab is built and it's aligned expressly with the purpose of helping us grow our opportunities with clients. So we aligned everything to the idea of how can these square feet be a business generator for us.
Our guest is... I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to step on you. I just want to make sure our listeners know who's talking. Our guest is Matt Procter. He's the president of Improve Group. He's a graduate of the University of New Mexico Anderson School of Management. He also has offices in Denver and Albuquerque, as well as engagements throughout the U.S. and Europe. Matt, what was the problem that you were really trying to solve for here? Because obviously we see what you're doing, and you've got a great concept. What is it that motivated you to move into that space?
Well, we call ourselves a 40-year-old startup. So we're a 40-year-old company, but we've really gone through this reinvention the last couple of years. And what the problem we solved is we were fixing mostly space problems. We were helping people design and implement better space. We realized, though, even when we did a good job solving the space problem, we weren't fixing the other attributes that were creating the problem. So the problem we were solving for is that we were always leaving potential on the table. And radical alignment came out of that understanding that there's always more than space. There's always more than process. It's a holistic process you have to go through to really work everything together. And then that helps us live out our why, which is to help people find a better way to do what they exist.
Okay. So let me ask one more follow-up question to that, and maybe our last question for the sake of the time here. What if people don't engage in this radical alignment? What are the consequences of just doing it the way we always used to do it?
Well, I think there's a short-term consequence and a long-term consequence. The short-term consequence is you'll continue to play whack-a-mole because your best intention to solve a problem will still result in other problems and related moles popping up. So short-term, you continue to live in frustration and you work too much and you just feel like you can never get ahead. Long-term, though, companies that have misalignment are susceptible to threats they didn't see. You could argue that taxi companies were misaligned. They didn't really understand their value and their customer experience and how to align everything, so they were obsoleted by Uber. Now, is everybody going to get Ubered? Probably not. But we all struggle, and we all have the risk that something's going to come along that's better, faster, cheaper than us. And if we make our teams and organizations reach their potential by knowing that deep sense of purpose and aligning every single attribute to it, we're likely to be the Uber and not get Ubered.
Oh, very cool.
Right?
I mean, staying ahead of the curve is really what I'm hearing you look at where you are, what you want. It's a little bit of what we were just talking about on the last segment.
Yeah.
But you have an actual plan, an actual design system that it allows a small business or a larger business to actually apply and get the results that you're sharing.
Matt, where do people connect with you if they want to follow up with you?
Yeah, great question. Just check out our website. It's improvegroup.net. So IMPROVEGROUP.net. And if you go to the resources section, there's an alignment matrix right there that you can download, and that'll let you get started. And we're always here to help.
There you go. Improvegroup.net. Matt, do me a favor, if you will, please. When we hang up here, give your contact information, your email to my producer. I want to reach out to you. Okay.
Okay.
You did a great job. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And Gary, just like that, time flies on the Experience Pros radio show.
It does every time.
Sitting in for Angel Tussie, Gary Barnes. And go check out improvegroup.net. Go check out the Matrix and reach out to Matt Procter as well. We'll be back right after these messages. Gary Barnes, Eric Kramer. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.